I whispered to myself as I scaled the wall. Just a few more feet. My dad would kill me if he knew what I was up to tonight. I know you're thinking I'm some kind of cat burglar, but it's not that bad. Oh, hi there, Daddy. We need to talk about your behavior, Jessica. I was just out studying with some friends and didn't want to wake you up. I've had it with your made-up stories. I know you've been sneaking off and meeting Armand. Ever since you started dating him, you've been out of control. You need some supervision. I started to laugh at him. It didn't work when I was a kid, and it's not going to work now. My father just looked at me and slammed the door so hard that a picture fell off the wall and broke. The next day, I slept in super late. Oh, it's already 1 p.m. I need to get ready. What the? The shocked boy looked at me with surprise in his eyes. Are you supposed to be Jessica? How old are you? I pushed him down with all my might and ran down the stairs to my dad's office, screaming for help the entire way. The boy chased me all the way. Daddy, help! This guy is trying to kidnap me. He looked over his glasses and chuckled. So, I see you've already met your new babysitter, Liam? Babysitter? I'm a teenager. If it makes you feel better, we can call him your bodyguard. Ugh, I don't have time for this. I have to go meet Lisa at the mall. Great. I hope you three have a good time. I thought it was all some kind of sick joke until Liam hopped in the limo with me. And what do you think you're doing? Liam let out a long sigh. I'm following your father's orders and supervising your little trip. Aren't you a little young to be a bodyguard? Who even takes creepy jobs like following teenage girls around? In my defense, the ad made it seem like it was an actual child who needed babysitting. I rolled my eyes at him. Well, then, why don't you just leave? Well, I made a promise. This is a great job and I intend to stick with it. I sank back in my seat. Good luck with that. No babysitter has lasted more than a week with me. Lisa leaned in and whispered to me as she stared up and down at Liam with a judging glare. So, this is your new babysitter? He's my bodyguard, Lisa. Right. Well, I'm not into the whole stalker vibe, so maybe I should just leave. Oh, trust me, Lisa. He won't be around for long if I have anything to say about it. We went into any and every store that guys would find embarrassing. Lisa even held up a pretty pink miniskirt and asked, "Is this your size, Liam?" He was so red in the face, but he never complained. No matter how hard we made fun of him or tried to shake him off by dragging him into girly stores, he stayed. Lisa pulled me in tight and whispered, "I have an idea." "Oh, Liam, we need to make a detour." We rushed to the bathroom, but stopped Liam right outside the entrance. No boys allowed, Liam. He said he would wait for us outside. Well, he's gonna be waiting a long time. As soon as we made it to the bathroom, we crawled through one of the windows and ran across the street to our favorite cafe. We were there for maybe 10 minutes sipping on smoothies when an announcement made Lisa spit it all over me. "We'd like to report a missing child. Jessica went missing from the mall across the street. If found, please bring her to the help desk so we can reunite her with her guardian." The announcement went on to describe my appearance and outfit. People started to stare and point at me. Isn't she a little old to have a babysitter? Wow, something must be wrong with her. I'd be so embarrassed if I were her. Maybe we should go walk her to her babysitter? I ran out of there so fast to avoid any more humiliation. I went right up to the help desk where Liam was standing with a huge smile of relief on his face. "That's the girl I'm watching. You can cancel the announcement." The attendant even handed me a balloon, like I was a child, and told me what a smart girl I was to come there. I was about to flip out when Liam rushed over and hugged me. "Your father said I needed to stay with you. I was worried sick. I'm so glad you're okay." It was actually pretty pathetic how worked up he got over a stranger. Maybe losing him was going to be harder than I thought. Needless to say, Lisa said she was done hanging out with me until the Liam fiasco was taken care of. No matter what crazy things I did or how horrible I was, he stayed. One time, I stole a penguin from the local aquarium and let it loose in the gift shop. I mean, I tried everything. I made him come with me to this super sappy rom-com movie night at the local theater. I thought any boy would run straight out. Liam, he just cried. I was about to go crazy from how nice this guy was, until my prayers were answered by a little text from Armand at 2 a.m. I figured everyone was sleeping, so I scaled down the house again when I heard something rustling in the bushes. "Where do you think you're going?" "Don't you sleep?" "It's my job to watch you." An idea crept over me. Your job is to watch me, not stop me from going places. Why don't you just come with me? I don't know what your father would say about that. Please. I begged, and he agreed. What a sucker. I told Armand that Liam had to go. I just meant I wanted him scared off or something. Even I had to admit that what we ended up doing was pretty cruel. We went to a 24-hour diner and ordered a bunch of food. Liam insisted that he just wanted the free water and wasn't hungry. When the time came to pay the bill, Armand and I ran away as fast as we could. We were laughing so hard. Our little outing cost Liam over $100. Armand and I were hanging out in the woods when the diner owners spotted us. They yelled at us to come back and pay for our food or join your friend with the dishes. Armand pushed me toward the owners. It was her idea. I stood there shocked as he scurried away like a bug. Armand just yelled that it was my idea, pushed me over, and ran. Unfortunately, when he pushed me over, he pushed my wallet into the lake too. That meant Liam and I had to do the dishes all night to pay for our meal. Ugh, this is taking forever. Why don't you just pay the tab? You've seen my Lamborghini collection. I promise to pay you back with interest. Liam shifted uncomfortably for a bit before muttering, I can't. What do you mean you can't? I don't have enough money in my bank account right now. I nearly fell over. You're kidding, right? That was like a tenth of my allowance when I was 5. You have a job? Are you that stupid and irresponsible you blow your whole paycheck? He got really quiet and said nothing at all the rest of the night. We got home around 4 a.m. and were greeted by my very angry father. I braced for the lecture of a lifetime, but when he started shouting, he was looking at Liam. What do I even pay you for? You're fired. Mission accomplished, right? It was weird though. I'd tried all that time to get rid of him, but once he was gone, I was super sad to see him go. The house felt so empty without him, especially since I was grounded from seeing Lisa and Armand ghosted me yet again. I decided the least I could do was bring him an apology gift. After all, the guy didn't even have $100 in his bank account. I looked through my dad's pictures and found his address. I nearly fainted when I made it to the house he had listed. It was a dump. I nervously knocked on the door and was greeted by a frail woman with breathing tubes. Phew, I made a mistake. Can I help you? Sorry, ma'am. I was looking for a guy named Liam, but it seems like I had the wrong address. Oh, honey, you have the right house. Liam is my son. He's out picking up my medicine. She invited me in for a cup of tea, and I felt too bad to say no. She told me all about her kind son who got a job babysitting to help her pay her medical bills. The woman coughed. I wouldn't get better if it wasn't for him. I'd never felt more horrible. Liam suddenly walked into the room and looked shocked to see me. Okay, upset to see me might be a better description. He pulled me into the kitchen with him and whispered, Haven't you done enough? Oh, I'm actually here to give you your job back. Are you now? Your father seemed pretty upset. No, Daddy insisted you come back. I'm here because he wanted me to. I don't know. I don't want your pity. Don't say that. It's not pity. You need this job and I need you. Please come back. Liam heard his mom coughing in the other room and did something unexpected. He pulled me in for a hug and my face turned scarlet red. Thank you, Jessica. Truly. I felt so awkward and said, I don't know what you mean. My dad made me come. Of course it was a lie, but I didn't want to give him any wrong ideas. I just felt bad for him, right? Now, on to the next part of my mission. Convincing my dad to rehire him. That was actually easier than expected. Daddy, please, just give Liam one more chance. It was all my fault. I'm sorry. An apology? Who are you and what have you done with Jessica? Just please, Daddy? Fine. You get one more chance, but only because I think this boy is a good influence on you. I rolled my eyes and left. Liam owes me big time. Now that I knew about Liam's personal life, I couldn't help but like him a little more. In a sad puppy kind of way. My heart started to flutter every time I saw him sipping his coffee in the morning. Every time I caught him staring, I couldn't help but blush. I wasn't being very good at hiding my girlish stares though. This one time, I was watching Liam carry in some packages and Lisa snapped at me. Earth to Jessica, you can't seriously be pining over that guy. Don't you have your super hot dream boyfriend already? I don't know. Do I? I'm not even sure who's my dream guy anymore. Lisa said Armand and I were just having a rough patch because of the whole dinner thing. I shrugged. When it struck 12 that night, I kept waiting for that loser to message me or call me to wish me a happy birthday. For half an hour, nothing. I went downstairs to get water from the kitchen and saw a nicely wrapped package on the table. I gasped when I opened it. It was a rare signed edition of Harry Potter. Of course, Liam knew what a huge fan I was. While I was dreaming of Liam and me, my phone beeped.
Hey babe, sorry for being missing in action. Meet me at our spot at 2 a.m.?
I messaged Armand to say I was done with him. Armand reacted pretty horribly, but it was his last text that really hit me hard.
Oh, don't tell me you've gone and fallen in love with the help.
It was that moment I realized I'd really fallen for Liam. In fact, I loved him. I walked toward his room in the middle of the night to confess. When I heard him talking to another woman, I pushed the door open a bit and saw he was sitting on the bed, hugging a very attractive young woman. I was filled with so many emotions. I ran away. I never wanted to see him again. I ran back to my room and called Armand and said I took everything back and wanted to meet him tonight. This time, Liam was too preoccupied to notice me leaving. We hung out at a park and spray painted a wall. Of course, Armand left when the police came, but they caught me. They had to drop me off at my house at 4 a.m. My dad was so mad I thought he was going to explode. He ran over to Liam's room to yell at him and I followed. When he pushed open the door, he saw Liam sleepily getting up off the floor and the surprised woman sleeping in his bed.
And you brought a girl here? You are fired. Don't count on getting your last paycheck.
I stood there as the young girl screamed, "What are we gonna do about Mom?" before crying and running out. "Oh, does your girlfriend have a sick mom too?"
Girlfriend? That's my sister. Our mom is in the hospital right now and she didn't want to stay at home alone.
My heart sank. I had jumped to conclusions and possibly ruined everything. Before I could say anything, he ran after his sister. I hesitated a moment and then followed him out the door. He was out of breath, standing on my lawn looking around. I'm really sorry.
It's not your fault. It was my job to watch you and I shouldn't have snuck a guest in.
If you tell my father it was your sister and not a girlfriend, he'll understand.
Why do you all assume I'd have a girlfriend? After how close we got, you really think I would want to be with anyone else?
What do you mean?
I think I love you.
Liam, I think... We locked eyes for a moment when an irritating voice ruined the moment.
Hey babe, sorry about ditching you again with the police, but this time I came to apologize in person.
Armand looked at Liam and me skeptically.
Sorry, am I interrupting something? No, you're not. I was just leaving, forever.
Wait, Liam.
Stop. You don't have to feel bad for me. It was stupid of me to think someone like you could ever like a loser like me.
He ran off crying before I could stop him.
Wow, what a pathetic guy.
Armand leaned in for a kiss when I slapped him. The only pathetic person here is me for sticking around with someone like you for this long.
Babe, is this about the cops? I said I was sorry.
He continued to apologize as I went into my house and slammed the door behind me. I ran up to my room and texted Liam to say we had to talk. I hoped Liam would show up the next day to work something out, but he didn't. I stood by my phone anxiously waiting for a response. When my phone started buzzing, I excitedly picked up.
I knew you'd answer, babe.
Great. I don't want to talk to you.
Just hear me out, babe. When you love someone, you need to swallow your pride and go to them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Actually, Armand, I think I do.
Great. So that means you'll come and meet me tonight?
Not in a million years. I hung up, hopped in my limo, and told the driver to take me to Liam. When I knocked on the door, he answered this time in total shock.
I told you, I don't need your pity. My family is fine.
Before he could say another word, I interrupted him. Liam, would you be my boyfriend?
What? I don't understand.
I don't understand either, Liam, but I love you. I love the way you help your family and work hard no matter how horrible I'm being. I love the way you cry at movies and always have my best interests at heart. Now, I'll only ask one more time. Will you be my boyfriend?
Nothing would make me happier.
We smiled at each other and he got closer when his sister suddenly said, So, your babysitter is now your boyfriend? We should send this story to My Story Animated. I'm pretty sure people would love it.